today, this week, out of the 4 weeks, is safety. And what we can always find safety in is that higher power. And so let's use the tool of breath. And what if we just close down our eyes now to turn out the outer world, to turn away from the outer world and turn in to our breath. How the breath moves our body as we inhale and as we exhale, allowing the breath to be a bit smoother and softer, a little bit slower. Seeing if the inhale breath can be a 4 count. Can the exhale be a 5 count? Letting it be effortless, even though there may be some effort in elongating the exhale or inhale. And notice the natural letting go of an exhale. You have to let go and release, clear out in order to receive anew. Like a prayer, clearing out what the mind might want to overcome in order to listen to the heart, if that were the seat of God. And as we go through life and renew our faith and have beautiful experiences that alter and enhance our life, sometimes the connecting dots doesn't quite happen in the body. The body may still be holding on to tension, even though the mind knows, yeah, no, God's got us. We have our faith. And so the body's still holding on, even though the mind comprehends. The same as if we know we might not want to eat a certain thing, but getting that memo to the body, that's another thing. Or we know it'll be great if we move our body for 30 minutes undistracted, but the accountability to actually make that happen, there's that gap between knowing and bringing into fruition what's actually happening in the physical body. So connecting greater aliveness and coherence. And when we connect with our breath like you're doing now, breathing in for 4 and exhaling for 5, the simplicity of this focused breath speaks to our whole system. And sometimes we need to have a little bit more faith in the vessel that was created in utero of our mothers. Trusting the body a little bit more. And maybe you can find a little bit more softness anywhere in your body. Sometimes it'll start with the spine softening, head dripping, counterintuitive to the upright posture that we should or shouldn't have. And if you breathe and allow your body to mimic the breath, so however your body wants to move from the breath, can you trust your body enough to feel safe inside that you just follow? It requires a quieted mind, so that's up to us to parent the mind and just refocus on the breath and subtle movement. Imagine you're on a telephone call and it's really hard to hear the other person. So you're bringing all of your awareness into that conversation, maybe even plugging that other ear so you could fully hear what's being said. Let this be you tuning in so much that maybe all you're paying attention to sounds outside of you is my voice, and then more so just focusing inward. True safety is when all blockages are moved. There's freedom. And in the body, we have this interesting relationship, not going into that at the moment, but we can brace in our body based on past injuries, etc. But we're going to move with full freedom, and I can confidently say that as somebody who helps others heal, is when we go so slow that you don't need to brace. So we're going to start with a spinal circle. So I'm going to show you just in real time if you need to see a circle that would take the whole spine around. I'm being super soft and heavy in my shoulders, and I'm actually trying to use fewest muscles and energetic muscular engagement as possible. So that's what it's going to look like in actual time. But as you soften and go back inwards, you're going to move so slow, because in the slowness you can redirect. You can sense if there's other muscles that want to fire up. Going this slow can sometimes ignite a little bit of aggravation, because the reasons of our culture fast. What is this doing? You're giving full trust and faith to the body that was given to you. And as you move, you have full permission, and you're invited to adjust your body in a way that will allow more freedom, and that will allow anything that intuitively comes up as your body saying, maybe do this. The key is it from the mind or is it from the body? So then you come back to the breath. The breath is the bridge, because you can breathe loudly in through the nose. You can exhale, and you can allow your breath to be so loud that you hear it louder than anything else, any other thoughts. So that's always a bridge to come back to. Sometimes when we need to kind of just get over our own mind, if it's still nagging, then hold a position that forces you to be in muscles. So you can, if you want to try that out, you can come forward, hinging, no hands. Shoulders are soft. Use your breath and feel your belly. Soften your stomach, and then engaging the stomach. And you're focusing on the stomach softening in order to strengthen. You're feeling other muscles. You're trusting your body. You're actively trusting your body. You feel grounded in your sit bones. The muscles are starting to make you feel more heat in your body. That's tuning you into that one specific place. And when the more and more heat you feel, the more muscular engagement you feel, the more you are moving energy through. And then just start as slow as a snail, carrying on with movement. And it's a great way to bring your awareness back into your body. From just this habituated, compulsive, I have to do so many things all at once. And for the mind that might be questioning the relevance of all of this, it's this slow, soft surrender that speaks to the fascia, and it's telling the body it's safe to be soft. Because the mind can know to trust, to have faith, but did the body get the memo yet? And you're welcome to take your circles into any kind of side stretch, either side. So inviting a side stretch where you feel you're supported with your opposite hand. You're lengthening through the arm, but you're not rigidly reaching. Breathe in and you're so relaxed in your legs, heavy in your seat, supported by your opposite arm, that when you inhale, you can feel your body, the bones literally changing, expanding as you inhale to allow that breath in. And then as you exhale, notice how you soften, you let go. Stay with that sensation. The breath is breathing you, you're just witnessing. You're not doing anything in particular to alter it. You're creating space where there wasn't. The side body, the side of the heart, and maybe you can more intensely feel a stretch from that hip bone through the armpit, to the side intercostals of the ribs, and breathe. And then taking your time so softly and so supportedly. Again, remember, we don't want to use too much muscle. We don't want it to be radical. We want this to be something that if somebody had an impairment in their physical body, they move very slowly, very methodically, but not even methodical, more just listening, what feels available. And that's how I want you to move, is this is you practicing attuning your relationship with your body. We sometimes can focus on serving others that we don't soften and serve our own body. We put not just our whole selves last, finding your stretch on the other side, but sometimes we don't even make the list. So using this time and space to slow down. Healing happens in this soft surrender. Where's your breath? Feel the support of the bottom arm, and maybe even the muscles of that bottom arm, because it's genuinely supporting you. Acknowledge again the heaviness of your seat, feeling this side bend on the opposite side. Can you relax your neck a little bit more? Our body is a whole mechanism, from the crown of the head to the ends of our toes and everything in between. Breathe. And notice now again how the bones in the body shapes the inhale and the exhale of surrendering and letting go. And when you're ready, you're going to find both hands onto the floor again. Again, moving so slow that you have full freedom. Freedom doesn't mean fast. And you can come onto either your all fours or your stomach or your back, but I just want you to make full contact with the ground. Taking your time even in going there, and with the eyes closed, it feels safe to just tune inward more. Whether your legs are bent or not is irrelevant. Just land and feel contact of your hand on your heart. With your eyes closed, breathe into that heart space, that beautiful heart that you were given. That heart that beats nonstop for you every day. We automatic trust every day that it's just going to keep on beating no matter what we experience in our thoughts and around us. The breath appreciates, the heart appreciates a long expanded breath. Perhaps you've even noticed that maybe you're not that quote-unquote great of a breather. A lot of times clients say that to me. In other words, maybe your breath is really shallow. Maybe you're barely breathing. What would a luxurious breath feel like? the most gracious, God-given breath, what would that feel like? Breathing in this way still. Bring to mind on purpose something that provokes an overwhelming sense of love or gratitude. If you've ever healed from a miracle, birthed a miracle, something that just really provokes a great emotion. And emotion is energy in motion. This is not forced. This is just something that is, wow, like of all the people in the earth, I trust that divine even sees me. That I made it through. So we can show those around us we love them by taking care of ourselves, not by putting our body, mind, heart, essence, purpose last, but by taking care of it first because we love others that much. And we also teach the ones that we love to put themselves first. And it's not selfish. What does the pilot say? Put your mask on first. Because you can't help the child next to you if you are no longer breathing. And God does not want us to sacrifice ourselves in order and only to serve others. So now feel your breath again through your heart space. And trust your intuition. Where else can you find softness? Where else can lay heavier on the ground? Find your feet flat on the floor with your feet far away from each other. If you were laying on a yoga mat, the width of a yoga mat. And allow both of your knees to fall slowly to the right. And just let them land. In that top leg, you'll probably feel a stretch of the leg out of the hip socket. The heaviness of the knee. And if anything is uncomfortable, remember, don't do it. This is to serve you in your well-being, not compromise. Where can you notice any tension in your body? Maybe it's in a hip or a knee. Notice it. And we're not doing fast movements, we're breathing into those spaces now. And make sure you're exhaling even just 1 second longer than the inhale. Unwinding tension, years of holding and bracing where we didn't have trust or faith, where we were holding it all together. The body still holds until we do this on purpose, softening. And when we think that, oh, I'm good, then maybe sometimes we come up with an ailment, a condition, or something where it's still embodied within us. And don't wait until that happens. Do the softening now on purpose. Because what is a few moments if that's what's going to prevent a dis-ease or something worse? Effortlessly, and I mean effortlessly, with the least amount of muscles possible. And so slow, we're going to bring the knees up and over to the other side. But I'm inviting you again to move at a texture that's even slower than breath itself. You can still feel, and you're still listening to the bridge of the breath. And you focusing on the bridge of that breath allows you to hear wisdom from the body of when maybe to stop, go a little slower, or anything else that the body might need. You can only hear if you're actively listening. I want to say it's important to recognize that when we do feel discomfort, albeit a sharp pain, a dull pain, a sudden pain, something that is like makes us halt our breath, stop, drop into a deeper breath, a deeper exhale, and just hold that position. Don't jolt your body out of it. And so find your breath and allow your body to be heavy. Imagine you're laying on a floor. You're looking from above, and imagine your bones just in that pile, in that vessel of the physical skin within, just laying on the bones. Can you notice how your pelvis is supported? Your shoulder blades are like plates. Feel where it makes contact. Feel the outer edge of the leg that's making the most contact. Feel the feet and the ankle as they're resting. Notice which bones may be resting on each other. As cue that they can let go. The more we learn to let go, the more present we can be. Let those words land. The more we let go, the more present and in the now we can be. Stuffed with tension and compulsive thoughts, or energy that's not serving us anymore, that we're just kind of, it's like energetic fat, it's just kind of there, it's not serving anything. If we don't need to protect ourselves because we feel so safe, we can let that go. Let's say, if you, maybe this will help some to hear more. What if the physical body was God? And you're listening for that primordial, primal, physical body that has physical needs. If you're listening to that primordial wisdom, it does have medicine. You're going to find your knees coming up and over, so we're just shifting a little bit quicker from one side to the next, but we're not going quick at all, just not lingering in that state anymore. And notice how when you even go even slower and you're so aware of the muscles that fire, the progressive muscles, that chain reaction that does this movement, you can feel more muscular engagement. And just by you attuning to that, you're healing your joints and you're creating greater stability in your joints. Like, how cool is that? You're doing less work to do more good. When you land to the other side, fully let go again. Practice heavy. Imagine if your skin was so heavy, it was dripping off of your bones, and it was laying in a puddle on the floor. This is so healing for the nervous system, and I don't want to fill your mind with statistics and scientific proof, but if you can just trust that there's so much medicine in this, you're giving yourself the opportunity to heal what you may not even know is going on. We don't need to do healing. We just need to create the space to let it happen. Hypertension is something that can heal. Stress can be healed. When you're ready, start firing up those muscles. And we're bringing our practice to a closure, so if the mind is starting to go into that direction, just stay with it. How much more space can you create in your body? And in the last few minutes of our practice, does something else want to move? But remember, the only instruction that is mandatory for this practice is just pacing of so slow, because I want you to be fully present, because your body wants to talk to you. Your body requires that slow listening. Do a few more passes of the knees on your own, or if there is something else you want to do, just listen. Continuing to release tension and breath. Fully supported. Breathing smoothly. Inhale sweeps away, sweeps all that isn't serving you. The exhale releases all that's not serving you. The pattern of holding on, of bracing, moving, tension. And it's okay if you can't feel into those states today. This is a practice. The more you come, the more you will. How devoted are you is how much you will show up. Going slower than you want to, you're going to bring one knee into your chest. sensations? Where can you relax? Where can your arms and hands support your legs a little bit more? But if you fully let your legs go now, so your hands are holding them, your arms are more strong, the hip flexor is soft, we're just doing 2 more to finish up our practice. Allow your whole body to fall to one side, just the first one that you feel. Support yourself, go slowly. Maybe that arm braces a little bit, the feet make contact, and let everything be so soft. One thing at a time. Until you feel you're fully on your side, and just let your arms fall, no position in particular. And as you start to support your spine and using muscles to come up, can you stay with and linger with the bridge of the breath? Bringing yourself upright, slowly, still aware. And feel your breath. Hear your breath. Once you find yourself upright, we're going to do 3 cat-cows with the breath. Feeling the shoulders heavy, the heart lifts up to the sky on the inhale, and as you exhale, you soften and bow your head to yourself. And inhale. Exhale. Notice the softness in your skin and your nerves. And one more. And as we seal up this practice, sitting upright, allow the eyes to still be closed. What is one word that you feel that you are more embodying in this moment? Take a couple audible exhales. Thank you so much for staying